You are really special. Not everyone qualifies as a certified company of great products. It takes the contractors of certified great products to actually execute the mission of great products, which is all about changing the world, saving the world, one basement at a time. Now, Steve Andres, the founder of Great Products, is committed. And he's committed to being a dominant leader in his marketplace, building the brand of choice and control. But he needs your help. Your success is what will drive his success. So today, I'd like you to take advantage of jumpstarting your thought process, choice and control, about how you're going to drive your company's full value and potential. History can be a very powerful leader, a very powerful educator. Do you remember when Lehman Brothers failed? Back in 2009. What followed was a stock market crash and a credit freeze. Doing business was really, really tough. In 2009, I talked to several business owners. Many of them told me that they had drops of revenue. 40%? 50%? It's a lot of revenue to lose in 1 year. But those same entrepreneurs told me that their profits dropped 1%, 2%, 3%. Is that odd to you? Revenue drops 50% and profitability drops 1%? What do you think that means? Why would that happen?
Reducing costs.
I'm sorry?
Reducing costs.
Reducing costs. They reduce costs. Okay.
Not more efficient.
Could be. Could be. Anybody else have an idea? Brian, did you have a thought?
No.
Okay. Pat?
They misled the public.
By the public. Well, when you have a drop of revenue so significantly proportional different than drop in profitability, my observation was, well, maybe not all growth is the same. Maybe there's good growth, maybe there's bad growth. You see, think of this. When you go to the airport, if you don't really care where you're going to end up, any airplane will get you there. If you're building a business and you're not really clear on where you want that business to end up, any customer will get you there. I think 2009 was a great wake-up call. In that very challenging economic environment, there was an opportunity to discover all growth is not the same. Let me give you an example of Mick, who was the founder of an Inc. 500 fast-growing company. Industrial components. And in 2009, his revenue dropped from $10 million to $5 million. The result of accepting customers who came to him. Call that bad growth. Tina, on the other hand, was the owner of a water management company. Tina, in that same year, ended up raising her revenue from $9 million to $10.5 million and gained profitability at the same time as a result of proactively sourcing the customers she wanted. Call that good growth. So what's really the difference between good growth and bad growth? Bad growth is reactive. Good growth is proactive. So we all have growth strategies. But the question is your growth strategy putting you on a track for good growth or bad? To be able to find out, here are 3 questions you can ask. What does my passion dictate as my future? Second question, what does a passionate customer relationship look like? Third question, am I exercising my entrepreneurial talents daily? Let's take a look at those three questions one at a time. What does my passionate future demand? You see, as business builders, we only have one job: to convert growth potential into profitable reality. Now, don't confuse that mission with the idea of strategic planning. Strategic planning is simply about the how to execute. But first you need to know what. Where do you want to go? What is your future? You see, good growth depends on clarity of your passion. It's not at all unlike the idea of building a house. You need to know what kind of house you're going to build before you start. Is it a single-family residence? That's sort of like a family business. Is it more like an apartment building? That's a little bit like a regional business. Or is it a skyscraper? That's sort of like a global business. We have the same situation here. It's really key to get in touch with your passion of what future you really want. Now, Mick seemed to have forgotten his passion to create a regional business of $25 million when he had the opportunity in a robust economy to select the kind of customers he wanted, penetrate the kind of market niches that he thought would be most lucrative. Instead, in that very robust economy, he ended up lulling himself into becoming an order taker in an economy which was like a tide which raised all boats. If, in the contrast, he had actually taken advantage of being more proactive, he would have been more focused on the fact that beverages as an industry and the aerodynamics marketplace were much more lucrative. And he probably would have spent some of his profits from those robust economy period in some R&D. Unfortunately, he didn't take that action when he had the opportunity. Instead, he ended up with a problem. He ended up with customers which were all concentrated in the automotive sector, and they did not do well in the crash. Bad growth almost killed Mick's business. In contrast, Tina was very focused on where she wanted to go. She was clear on her mission to be a $100 million company. And she was clearly proactive in good economic times and bad to stay on track. It's clear that good growth is based on clarity of your passion, of the future you really want. Make no mistake, passion-driven growth is not a luxury. It's a necessity in today's fast-growing economic environment. Passion is what generates safe growth. Let's go to the second question. What does a passionate customer relationship look like? A passionate customer relationship is profitable cash annuity. When you share your passion, the sale is not the end of the process. It's the beginning of a long string of continuous sales, an annuity. That's what we want. So good growth is based on a sustainable economic model. As business builders, the sustainable business model for you is logical. Do what you do best for those who value most what you do best, again and again and again. This is what we call lifetime value of a customer. So what do you think might be the lifetime value of your customer? If you're thinking to yourself, you never thought about the lifetime value of your customer, you're not alone. Very few people really do think about this. When I posed that question to Nick, Tanya, my average sale of my temperature and pressure devices is $100,000. Now, Mick, average is not the same as a lifetime client annuity. When Mick became a client of mine, we engaged a conversation that revealed that it was very clear that Nick wasn't in the business of selling industrial components of high temperature and high pressure. He was passionate about developing green solutions. Solutions for his customers that allowed him to drive profitability. And as a result, he began to realize all the different products and services that he had to sell. We made a whole list of them. Do you know that there were over $300,000 of products that he already had? Well, clearly, the opportunity to get more customers to buy those products was part of a lifetime customer annuity. And the best part of Nick was an understanding that he had the opportunity to make it happen. All he had to do was share his passion and move his clients through 3 stages, which he called need, safety, and desire. As he moved his clients through those 3 phases, he experienced the possibility of a much larger cash annuity. At the very beginning, it was just that pain of dealing with the toxic waste that his customers needed. But once he was able to move away from that, he could go to safety. And that's where he could go from $100,000, which is what he was selling at just the emergency level, to $300,000 at the safety level. And he had still all the product opportunities, creating demand at the desire level. I'll have to tell you about that.